Hey there, Rub-a-Dub subs, it's Black Metal Werewolf making a brand new video for this week. And this week's video is going to be a concert review of Tribulation. I went and saw Tribulation earlier in the week, and I'm finally being able to sit down and make a video of my thoughts and opinions of the whole thing. So let's get down to it. I first found out about Tribulation a couple months ago when they opened for Abath. I didn't know who any of the openers were when I got the Abath tickets, so it was a nice surprise. Tribulation was the first one on. They came out, they did their set. It was a pretty short set. I was a little disappointed how small it was, but they really impressed me, so I thought, I'll follow these guys on some social media and get a better feel. Picked up one of their albums after the show. I got to meet the guys, got them to sign the album. Really nice guys, so I wanted to get to know their music more. So, I went home, listened to their album, fucking loved it. Followed them on all the social media, and then a little while later they announced that they were doing their own headlining tour, which I thought was really, really cool. So now this band I just found out about, I can see them live. They're going to be the headliner, have a longer set. How's it going to be? So I did finally go see them. I got the tickets and everything. I just want to let you guys know that the tickets were really, really cheap, which is awesome. The tickets were only, with tax, $15. And there were 3 bands, so 3 bands for $15. That's a great price tag. You really can't beat that. I know there are some bands that fucking charge like $80 for a ticket, and they go on stage and they're garbage. So $15 for 3 bands, that's not bad at all. So the venue that they played at was the Garrison in Toronto. A really small place, really cozy. I liked it. It wasn't too big. It wasn't trying to impress you with all this bullshit. It was just a nice bar with the venue in the back. It was nice. So the first band came on, and the thing is, they didn't introduce themselves, so I don't really know who they are. Later during the concert, Tribulation said, how do you guys like? I think they said the band was called Horrendous, but I think that's what they said. I'm not sure. Regardless, they came on stage. They started playing. I thought they were really, really good. They had a really good thrashy sound to them. Very good, like, the guys were good musicians, right? They knew how to play their instruments, and they were doing a really good job. Good vocals, really clean, crisp, and concise. They impressed me. If only I knew their name, so I could find out more about them. I've been looking online to find out who the that opener was, but I can't find any information. So, if anybody knows, please comment and let me know, or message me or something, so I can find out about these guys and learn more about their music, So anyway, they were doing their set and everything was going fine. The crowd was really good. Everyone was having a great time. Then something unfortunate happened. I think it was after like their 4th or 5th song. The guitarist leaned over to the bass player and whispered something to him. And then the bass player went on the mic and was like, okay, well, we broke a string and we don't really have any time to fix it. So this is going to be the end of our set. Sorry, guys. And they all kind of like hung their heads in shame and walked off. It really does suck that something like that happened to the poor guys, because they were really good. They were really impressing me, and then something as silly as a broken string, unfortunately, had to cut their set short. I'm glad that the crowd was really respectful. It's like people didn't start booing and throwing shit. Everyone was like, that sucks, but, we understand. So, they were really good, just unfortunately, shit happens. A string broke, they didn't have time to fix it, they had to cut it short. It's the way she goes sometimes, boys. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. It's the way she goes. Anyway, the second band that came on stage was a band that I didn't expect to see, but I'm really glad they did, was Cauldron. If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, I did an album recommendation of the band Cauldron. The album is called In Ruin. I picked up the album a couple weeks ago, listened to it, loved it. It turns out they were from Toronto, Canada, and they were fucking the second opener for Tribulation. I was like, holy shit, it's Cauldron. I never expected to see these guys live, but here they were. So they came on stage. They sounded really, really good. They sounded exactly as they did on the album, which really impressed me, because I know a lot of bands, or just a lot of performers in general, you buy the album, you listen to it, it sounds great. You see them live, it sounds like shit. These guys, really good. Sounded almost exactly the same as it would on a studio album, which is awesome. I do have to say that lead singer's hair is fucking amazing. Like, I thought I had nice hair until I saw this guy. Like, he had layers, it was long, like, I say this with the utmost amount of heterosexuality. His hair was fabulous. Gorgeous. The guitarist, however, had the best mullet I've ever seen. It was amazing. And also, he was wearing a really cool Venom Welcome to Hell shirt, which I thought was cool, but he had a wicked mullet. thought that was so funny. I'm like, that guy's a fucking mullet. So regardless, they came on stage, did a good show. The one thing I liked about the lead singer of Cauldron is he really reminds me of, there's an episode of Trailer Park Boys where Sebastian Bach from Skid Row was on it. They're at like a train convention. He reminded me so much of Sebastian Bach in those episodes because they talk the same. Like in the episode of Trailer Park Boys, he's like, "Hey guys, who wants to see some fucking trains?" And then like the lead singer of Cauldron is like, "Hey guys, this next song is about missing something so much you want to die." Like he just had the same presence and like the same like vocal patterns, I guess, of Sebastian Bach. It was just really cool. I thought that was really funny. I don't know if everyone else thought that, but I saw it. I thought it was hysterical. Anyway, so yeah, Cauldron, great job. I was able to get a t-shirt from them and a patch that I threw on my vest. Once again, another really great band. Thankfully, they didn't have a broken string issue. They were able to play their set 100%, and it turned out great. So, 10 out of 10 for Cauldron. So then finally, after all that, the headliners, Tribulation, came on. So I should point out now that when I saw Tribulation with Abbott, the venue was a bit bigger. I saw them at the Opera House the first time, and next time I saw them at the Garrison. The Garrison is considerably smaller in pretty much every way. Like when I saw them with Abbott, one thing I really like is the atmosphere they had going. Like they had a roadie come out and like light incense on the stage, and like it felt really like atmospheric and doomy. And this time, since the stage was so much smaller, they couldn't do like that kind of thing. Like they didn't have like the props on the side. All they had was like two smoke machines. Like that's not knocking them because it's not their fault. The venue's smaller. I just wish that they could have had like more of the elements that they had before. But you know, that doesn't affect the music. It's just kind of an aesthetic that I like to see a lot of times. So once again, they started coming out and playing. Things started out really, really good. Like they were really clean and crisp and everything until like I found till the end of their set. I think it went from like really good musicianship to the end where it kind of turned into sonic mud. Like it was just kind of pounding noise being blasted at you instead of like music. I thought maybe it was just me, but after the concert, I was talking to some people outside, and they said they got the same feeling, that it was just like, bah, 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 like it was just fucking noise being blasted into their skull. It sucks. Like, it's really not knocking them, because I understand, like, the album that I have is more doomy, whereas the albums in the past were more death metal-y. So, but it's still just, it didn't have, like, the cleanness to it, the musicianship. Like, it was just kind of like noise being blasted at you. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love death metal, but I've listened to other death metal bands live, and it wasn't just that pounding noise. I don't know if it was the venue or the speakers or something, but it was an assault on my head, you know? Once again, the crowd was really great, but overall, Tribulation was good. I just felt that probably like the last two songs, it was just noise. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Not knocking the band or anything, I still really like Tribulation. It's just, I don't know, just the way it was. I do have some funny moments from the concert, though. When Tribulation first came on, some guy butted in front of me, and he started, like, headbanging, and he had, like, this really long hair, and his hair started, like, fanning me off, which is really nice, because it was like the hottest day of September so far, and it was just really fucking hot in there, and this guy headbang just blowing, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And once again, I say this with the utmost amount of heterosexuality. He had the best smelling hair I've ever seen. Like, his hair just smelled so good. It was just being fanned in my face. I'm like, hey, this guy, nice hair. And I wanted to tap him on the shoulder and be like, dude, are you using Pantene? Because your hair smells nice. At another part, some other guy bumped in front of me. And I think he was fucking either drunk or high as shit. But he had the weirdest dance moves I've ever seen at a concert. He started doing like this one weird thing. He was like, I thought it was really funny. Then next thing it looked like he was like summoning fire or something. He started going like this. I thought it was like the fucking funniest thing ever, seeing this guy. Like, he was like a total dude bro. He had like a faux hog going, and he was just doing like these really weird dance moves. I just assumed that he was like drunk as shit, but that was just ultra entertaining to see someone dance like that. So overall, the experience, it was a good experience. Just, it's, minor inconveniences. I'm not, like, I might seem like I'm nitpicking, but overall, it was a really good concert. A broken string, that could happen to anybody. And just a bit of sonic mud at the end. That's really not that big of a deal. Overall, it came together into a really good experience, and the price can't be beat. So, yeah, definitely. If you guys get a chance, I would suggest checking out Tribulation. I'm not sure if Cauldron and the other openers are going to be traveling with them around for the whole thing, but regardless, it turned out really well, so I suggest checking them out if you get the chance. Cheap tickets, good show, why the hell not? So, like my past videos, I either do an album recommendation or an album warning. I'm happy to do a recommendation about a band I talked about in the past. A couple months ago when I saw Amon Amarth, one of the openers was a band called Exmortus. After the show, I unfortunately didn't get a chance to swing by the merch booth, but I was able to finally find one of their albums in the record store. So the album recommendation is Exmortus, Ride Forth. I picked this up, I'm going to say, about a week ago. Listened to the whole thing from beginning to end, and it really blew me away. Just very good, awesome, thrashy, it's like blackened thrash metal, kind of felt like it. Anyway, really good album. I suggest picking it up and checking out their older stuff. I went online earlier and bought a shit ton of their other albums too. So I'll probably be doing recommendations of those as well. So yeah, band is Exmortus, album is Ride Forth. Definitely check it out. So that's it for today's video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my past videos as well. Of course, don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know what your opinions are on today's video. If you want to keep up with me on a more daily basis, you can follow me on Instagram, and I'll be putting that in the description section as I always do. Once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and stay brutal.